What's going on, guys? Backwards Bogan here again. So today I'm going to do a bit of a different video. I'm going to do a bit of an unboxing. So I bought a few more. I bought a camera, bought some clip-on mics, and a couple other things from Temu. Now I'm sure you've all seen Temu floating around, sponsoring all the YouTubers and whatnot. And well, obviously I haven't got enough subscribers to be sponsored yet. So this is going to be a bit of an unbiased unboxing. Just thought I'd give them a shot and see how the quality really is. So, I mean, first impression's not bad. That's the wireless mics. Two of in a rechargeable case. So it's got a battery pack in itself. And then they've obviously got their own batteries. So all up, it's like, I think, 5 hours runtime with both mics worth of battery life. So that's not too bad, and the packaging's great. And the other thing is this, I guess, a GoPro knockoff. So we'll open up this GoPro imitation first. So this was the Our Life that come up on Temu as. The Our Life 4K action camera. I mean, first impression, $60 this was, $60 Australian. We've got a waterproof case. There's a little camera. Almost certain it's a little bit smaller than a GoPro, but that's alright. We'll see what else it comes with. Alright, there's our battery. Beautiful. We've got one screw mount. Another style of mount. Various Velcro straps and little miniature tie down straps. Strap it down the things, I'm guessing. We've got what looks like just a cable tie and stainless lanyard. Lanyard, I'm guessing, is just to hold it to the mounts. So if it ever bounces off, it's going to get caught and not get lost. Got double-sided foam mounts. I'm guessing to clip on some of these other GoPro brackets. We've got a secondary rear clear cover. I wonder what that's for. Okay. So it's actually got the strap holes in it. I guess the idea is so you can run the strap through that, use the shockproof mount in case you're bashing it around. Battery charger. We've got two stick-on mounts. Another bolt-on mount. We've got a handlebar or a round bar mount. Like a flat based mount. I guess if you've got a threaded bolt, you could just bolt it to. Oh yep, that's the pressure clamp around the camera to hold it to any of these various mounts. What looks to be a bag clip mount of some kind. And a wireless remote. So you can turn it on and off wirelessly. So one of these straps is to strap the camera onto your arm or whatever you want to strap your camera to. The other one is to actually strap the remote to yourself. So I could set it up, time lapse, the excavating or something like that, turn it off, turn it on when I would like to. That's rather handy. Neat little feature. And that seems to be it. Plus instructions. Now instructions are all in relatively decent English. Definitely a couple of spelling mistakes, but pretty easy to follow in hindsight. Nice. Alright, well, I'll put the camera away and then we'll do the mic. So before I pack it away, thought I'd just give you a shot of it all laid out. So yeah, remote, lanyard. There's your clear back for the strap, charger, mounts, straps, battery, camera, shockproof, waterproof mount, handlebar mount, clamp mount, and various other mounts. Alright, let's give these wireless mics a bit of a look. See if they're any good. Once again, first impressions, boxings, and the packaging's very good. Unfortunately, we're not as lucky to get English instructions on this one. Oh, hang on a sec. Made a fool of me, they're on the back. Yeah, they're all pretty self-explanatory. Doesn't seem to be many spelling mistakes on those ones. Oh, it's already lighting up at me. 38. Might be 38%. See that? Another thing to note, these are all USB-C, so they're all fairly new USB ports. It's not like this is old stock running micro USB drives. Not bad. That's the receiver, plugs in the bottom of the camera, plugs into your phone, whatever it is, at USB-C. And there's the two mics. Nice and small. Nice little clip, just clip on. So I might give all these a charge and then we'll give them a go. As you can see, they're charging there themselves now. I'm guessing the green flash means it is charged. The solid orange must mean it's on charge. Although now they're all vanished. Yeah, so this end one must be charged because it was at full state. Okay, that's it off. And on charge. Off. On charge. That has nothing to charge. Beautiful. That's a nice, neat little box that comes in. Yeah, so quality is going to be where it's really at, and what I really want to see from these, whether they, film decently, whether the sound quality is decent. So I'll put them on charge now. I'll get them charged up, and on the same video, we'll do a bit of a, not comparison, but we'll give them a go. Alright, so I'm just trialing different camera formats right now on this little tiny China GoPro. This is the one I think is going to work the best. I just don't know how stable this camera really is. And being called an action camera, it's going to be interesting. So this is 720p, 120 feet per second. Now it does seem to keep up pretty well, but every bump seems to be a big issue on this camera. And I can't see any auto stabilization or stabilization setting whatsoever on this camera. So that could be interesting. But it seems to keep up with the movement alright. Okay, now this is 1080p, 60 frames per second. Obviously a bit clearer, but I don't think it's going to keep up. And I think the stabilization is going to be even worse. It's keeping up alright, but I think the stabilization is going to be the big problem with this one. I'll definitely hold it still there as best I can. I think the phone camera would probably do better. Now this is the one that's pretty much just on here for the marketing, I reckon. 4K 30 frames per second. Yeah, sure, it might be clear, but it ain't going to keep up with any action. And it's supposed to be an action camera. You chuck this on a mountain bike or a motorbike and try and go fast with this on 4K. It would just be a giant blur. It'd be alright if it was just on a mount sitting still, watching something. Doing a time lapse might be alright, but not if you're just building things in front of it. It'll just turn to a blur, I reckon. Alright, so I've mucked around the settings a bit. I guarantee the mic's still shit, but the light exposure is a bit better. This is 720p. 120 frames per second. I don't think I can do any less because whatever processors in this camera is just not keeping up. Hopefully the shake's a bit better. I'll put it on a tripod just to see how it'd really be. If this was on a motorbike, it'd be fucking like this. Alright. Let's go for a walk outside, we'll see how good it goes. Do a bit of a wander. That's the old truck. Good there. Come on. On the golf cart. Come on. All the work we did in the last video. You're not going to the dam, mister? No. I'm not dealing with you after that. Looks alright from the little camera, but we'll see when I plug it into the laptop. on, rat bag. Come on. All right, so conclusion on my temu purchases. Let's start with the camera. Now, packaging, great. Accessories, great. Everything about the thought of it, great. Quality of the camera, terrible. Terrible. The microphone, terrible. The camera quality, terrible. Even at its, what I would say is its best settings, which is 720p, 120 frames per second, is probably the best setting for an action camera. I mean, it says it's 4K. You go to 4K and it's only 30 frames per second. There's no action sports or any kind of events you're going to do that's going to warrant even using a 30 frame per second camera, unless you're doing maybe slow-mo, I don't know. I'm no camera whiz when it comes to that stuff. So when you're on the 720p, 120 frames per second, I still find there's no stabilization settings. That's a big issue in my eyes. The camera shakes around like crazy, and yeah, it might be 720p, 120 frames per second, but it's almost like the camera's processor internally just won't keep up to it. So you end up with a stumbly video. And look, I'll upload, or you would have already seen the upload of the quality of the camera itself in all of its different settings. Even me mucking around with the brightness settings, still just not happy with it, which is a shame because it did look good. And, what do you expect for the price, really? That's the big thing. So I don't suggest people getting it. I may use it as a burner camera, for a few shitty shots where I don't want to stick a good camera in the water or down a hole or in a cave or something stupid like that. It may come in handy there. We'll just have to see. If not, it is what it is. Had to give it a go. So, onto the good of the purchases. These right here. These wireless mics. Now, I'm rather impressed. I mean, I'm using one right now. You can tell me if the quality's any good. I mean, I got a broken nose, have to breathe through my mouth, and to be honest, I don't sound like a mouth breather when I'm on this mic. So definitely seems like a better option than the old phone mic. So I'll probably use these from now on. Obviously, I've only just given them a quick shot. I don't know how the battery life's going to go on them, but they do give you two, plus they give you the battery packed case here. So you should get at least one or two charges out of each of them. So you might be able to bounce between the two and keep your mic going all day. Who knows? Who knows? I'll give them a trial and see how they go, really. But rather impressed with them, good packaging, good quality mics, plugged straight into my phone and worked. There's another issue I found with this camera. So it has a setting in there for external mic. Unfortunately, you plug the external mic into it and it doesn't work. Does not work. So it has great features like the remote and things, but then fails in other ways. Like if I could have plugged this external mic into it, it would have fixed the sound recording at least. And I mean, I can't do much for the picture, but it's one step in a better direction. And the other issue with that, obviously, was the front screen never worked. So rear screen worked, but front screen never worked. So do not recommend. These do recommend. The wireless mics, 2-pack. That's the casing they came in. That's what they look like. That's going to be the end of this review, guys. So hopefully a few of you found that helpful, and hopefully it helps a couple of you from making the same decision I made and purchasing a camera that's really at poor quality. Mics are great. Don't get me wrong. Mics are great. No issue there whatsoever. So if you found this video helpful, please like it, and thanks for watching. Hope you subscribed.